If you've been scrolling TikTok, YouTube, or X lately, you've definitely seen this debate blowing up all over again. On one side of your feed, you've got some guy claiming dropshipping is a literal gold mine. Then you swipe down, and the very next video is calling it a complete, absolute scam. So what's the actual truth here? Well, it's somewhere in the middle, but getting to it takes a lot more nuance than a flashy 60-second hype reel is ever going to give you. Listen, today we're cutting right through all the guru hype. Think of this explainer as a conversation with a knowledgeable older sibling. I am not here to sell you a course, and I'm definitely not here to tear your dreams down either. We're just going to look at the brutally honest, strictly professional mechanics of how this business model actually operates today. We need to figure out what died, what survived, and what it actually costs to play the game right now. So let's start with Section 1, the dropshipping graveyard, and exactly why the 2018 model failed. I want to validate the skeptics right out of the gate here. The classic entry-level version of dropshipping, where you just slap a Canva logo on a $5 AliExpress product and make your customer wait 3 weeks for it to ship, is completely dead. And 4 specific things killed it. First up, lost consumer trust. People just got burned too many times by terrible shipping and products that looked absolutely nothing like the ads. Today, trust is the single most expensive currency in e-commerce. Second, the ultra aggregators took over. Third, we had the iOS 14 privacy shift, which totally wrecked ad tracking and made cold traffic ads hyper expensive. You are now competing for ad space against heavily funded direct-to-consumer brands with actual data science teams. And fourth, the copycat curse. Spy tools like Minea and Pippi ads have gotten so incredibly good that the second you launch a winning ad, it gets cloned by 100 other people in a matter of hours. Hunting for a viral product isn't a strategy anymore. It's literally just gambling. And let's talk about those ultra aggregators for a second. We're talking about massive e-commerce giants like Temu, Shein, and Amazon Haul. They didn't just casually compete with dropshippers. They swooped in and offered the exact same factory direct pricing, but backed it up with lightning-fast logistics and bulletproof buyer protection. If you're trying to charge $39 for a little kitchen gadget that Temu is selling for $6 with free shipping and a 14-day return window, you are going to lose every single time. A basic dropshipper just cannot compete on price, speed, or safety against a machine like that. But here we are in 2026. Take a breath, reset for a second, because here is the genuinely good news. While the masses were super loud about declaring the industry dead, the smart operators were quietly adapting behind the scenes. They stripped the whole model down to its core, which is simply third-party fulfillment, and they completely rebuilt the rest of the business from the ground up. Which brings us to Section 2, the modern blueprint, and the 3 distinct lanes of survival. Top-tier professionals honestly don't even use the word dropshipping anymore, mostly because it's become a massive red flag to both consumers and payment processors. Instead, they operate strictly within these 3 lanes. Lane 1 is local dropshipping 2.0. This strategy leverages platforms like Zendrop, AutoDS, or private sourcing agents to hold local stock in places like Texas, the UK, or Germany. Because of that, your product arrives in 1 to 3 days. Yes, your cost of goods is slightly higher, but you easily make up for it with massive conversion rates and premium pricing because the shipping speed feels completely native and trustworthy to the buyer. Lane 2 is the micro-brand experience, and honestly, this one is brilliant. You aren't just slapping a cheap logo on a cardboard box anymore, you are crafting an entire customer journey. We're talking about spending maybe $500 to $1,000 up front, working with an agent to get custom inserts, premium tissue paper, maybe even a personalized founder's thank you card in the box. Your customer service actually sounds human. So when the buyer opens that package, they feel like they just discovered an exclusive, highly passionate brand. Your moat in this lane isn't the physical product itself. It's entirely the perception of the product. And lane 3 is social commerce native. Think TikTok Shop and YouTube Shopping. Here, the platform itself handles the product discovery and the checkout, but your role totally shifts. You are no longer just a media buyer, you're essentially a creator manager. You're building this little army of creators making authentic, lo-fi, hey, I found this weird thing, user-generated content. You drive sales natively right through the app's shopping cart. It kind of perfectly blends affiliate marketing with third-party fulfillment, and it relies on a steady stream of genuine content rather than praying for one single viral hit. Moving on to Section 3, the 2026 Success Trinity. What it actually takes to win right now. You have to realize the era of easy ad money is completely over. Today, your survival requires mastering 3 highly interconnected skills, and your focus has to be split almost perfectly equally among them: content, niche, and utilizing AI as your operating system. If you miss even one of these slices, I promise you, the whole thing just crumbles. Let's start with content. Media buying is officially no longer the top skill in e-commerce. Storytelling through short-form video is. You need a filmmaker's eye for pacing. The winning ad formula right now is a 0.5-second pattern interrupt, followed immediately by 5 seconds visually demonstrating a painful problem, and then a 15-second emotional build. The absolute best ads today do not look like a hard pitch at all. They look like a friend's recommendation or a casual storytime video. If you can't write a creative brief that feels authentic to the platform, your customer acquisition costs will literally choke your business out. Then there's your niche. General everything for everyone stores are completely dead. Today, the money flows to stores built for one highly specific person struggling with one highly specific problem. So instead of selling general pet supplies, you sell a calming solution for rescue dogs with severe separation anxiety during thunderstorms, specifically targeted at apartment owners. When you go incredibly deep into a hyper-specific niche like that, your ad copy punches the viewer right in the gut because it speaks their exact language. And the best part? It makes you completely invisible to the massive aggregators. Temu is built for breadth. You are built for depth. The third slice is your AI operating system. Amateurs just use AI to copy-paste boring, generic product descriptions. Professionals use it as a massive force multiplier. You should be using Claude or ChatGPT to mine your competitors' reviews to find the exact emotional phrases real customers are typing out. You use AI video tools like HeyGen or Synthesia to generate personalized video messages for people who abandon their carts. You leverage AI ad platforms to automate your creative testing and predictive analytics to forecast if a trend actually has legs or if it's just a temporary spike. Using AI to mirror customer psychology is what saves you from buying a garage full of dead inventory. Section 4, the brutal financial reality and the true cost of entry. We need to shatter the whole $0 to start myth right now. To test a single product properly today, you need a minimum budget of $500 to $1,500. And honestly, that is just to gather data. You've got your platform fee sitting around $39 a month. You absolutely must order quality samples from a few different suppliers. That's going to run you $50 to $100. You have to pay creators to film your initial user-generated ads, which is another $150 to $450. Then you need a strict ad testing budget of $200 to $400 just to see if your hook and your landing page actually convert a real human being. Your first 3 to 5 products will probably lose money while teaching you what doesn't work. And when you do finally find a winner, please do not expect the 50% profit margins people love to brag about online. After you factor in a typical 30% ACoS, which is your advertising cost of sales, plus your platform fees, payment processing, and the inevitable refunds, real net margins for a healthy, scaling business sit right around 15 to 20%. Let that number really land. But surprisingly, margin isn't even the biggest killer here. Cash flow is. You really have to beware of the cash flow trap. Think about it. You are paying Meta or TikTok for your ads every single day. You are paying your supplier for the products daily or weekly. But the payment processors like Shopify Payments or PayPal, they can and often do hold your cash for 7 to 21 days, especially on a brand new account. A wildly successful ad campaign can literally bankrupt you if you don't have the cash reserves or a solid credit line to float the fulfillment costs while you sit around waiting for your own money to clear. Finally, Section 5, the final verdict. Who this is absolutely not for. Let's be real. This model is a terrible idea if you need quick cash to make rent next month. The horizon to actually seeing consistent profit is realistically 6 to 12 months. It is not for you if you lack discipline and you're just going to quit after 2 failed products. The winners in this space test dozens of ideas. It's definitely not for you if you have zero appetite for customer service, because tracking down lost orders and soothing angry customers will make or break your brand reputation. And it is certainly not for you if you think this is passive income. I cannot stress this enough. This is an aggressive, highly active, daily operational business. The reality of 2026 is that the market just no longer rewards the outdated identity of the dropshipper, the person who just chases viral trends for a quick buck. Today, the market exclusively rewards the entrepreneur. This is someone who operates as a supply chain tinkerer, a customer psychologist, and a true community builder. They just happen to use third-party fulfillment as a highly efficient, low-infrastructure tool to launch a very real brand. So, I want to leave you with this final, somewhat provocative thought to chew on. Are you actually trying to build a brand, or are you just chasing a trend? You have to accept that your first store is basically just your tuition fee for learning the game. But if you have the patience to build something that 18 months from now feels like a premium, trustworthy brand to the outside world, then yes, this evolved model is still a massive opportunity. I really appreciate you sticking through to the end of this explainer. Honestly, this is exactly the grounded conversation I wish someone had with me years ago when I was figuring out side incomes. If you have highly specific technical questions about working with local suppliers, finding branding agents, or stacking your AI tools effectively, drop them in the comments below and I'll do my best to get to them. Keep building, stay smart with your money, and I'll see you in the next one.